Hello and welcome to Zaleski Sports here from Pacelli High School as we get ready for a matchup between the away Shiocton Chiefs and the home Pacelli Cardinals. And this pregame show is brought to you by Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. Complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look up to Auto Select and you're good to go.
Maintenance is vital to your day-to-day life. That's why Auto Select of Stevens Point reminds you to be sure to schedule regular oil changes, tire rotations, and general inspections to keep your vehicle in great shape. Let the helpful, friendly staff at Auto Select ensure your vehicle continues to keep you and your passengers safe on the roads, as well as keep your vehicle functioning the way it was intended. For quality, dependable automotive care from service experts, place your trust in Auto Select of Stevens Point. At Auto Select, you're good to go.
And we welcome you back once again to Pacelli High School as we get ready for boys basketball here on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Faber Realty Group. My name is Connor Philippi, and we've got the Pacelli Cardinals playing host to the Shiocton Chiefs here this evening with a 7 o'clock projected start, but a little bit late due to the JV game, but happy to bring it to you about 3 minutes until action starts here on Zaleski. So we take a look at both of these two teams. Shiocton Chiefs is kind of a matchup from far east, kind of about 20 minutes north of Appleton, and so these two teams don't meet very often, but it's going to be a good one between them. The Shiocton Chiefs are currently 4-8 so far this season. They are sitting at the bottom of the CWC East standings. That is a very good conference, though. They are on a 2-game losing streak. They lost to Menominee Nation and then Iola Scandinavia in their last two matchups. And of course, Iola Scandinavia 8-3. And Menominee Nation is 9-7. So two teams above 500 that they recently lost to. So worth noting that. Kyle Bergsbakken, the junior, is their top point scorer, 13.8 per game. So you can tell that this team spreads the ball a lot, with Eli Jorgensen and Brett Singler, their other two top point scorers. Brett Singler is also the leader in rebounds, and Kyle Bergsbakken leads in assists. So you'll see those names a lot throughout the course of the night, with Shiocton Chiefs being coached by Adam Legacki, who is in his, I believe, third year, perhaps second year of coaching this Shiocton Chiefs team. I'll make sure I cross-reference that before we get started here. But the Pacelli Cardinals are currently 5-8 overall, but they are 5-0 in the CWC South standings, as they are facing a conference that's a little less strong. They are one of, actually, looking at the overall records, Tri-County, the only team above 500 within this conference. And so these Pacelli Cardinals are trying to bounce back from a tough Assumption loss. They lost 63-45 to that team on Saturday. I was on the call for that one. But Assumption, a very good team as well, another team that got above 500 with that victory. And they have won only 2 of their last 5, but worth noting that that Assumption team was very good, and they also lost to a top 5 Columbus Catholic team and a top 5 Marathon team. And so trying to get back on track, as these two teams are pretty evenly matched going into this matchup. Jake Williams is the point leader for Pacelli with 10.9 points per game, and Bryce Flaker and Crew Rebels also leading in that category. Crew Rebels leads in rebounds, and Max Nelson leads in assists for this Pacelli team. I'd like to once again thank you for tuning into that pregame show brought to you by Auto Select, Stevens Point's best choice for auto repairs, maintenance, and tires. They have complete auto repair services with locations on Church Street and on Highway 10 East in Stevens Point and on Schofield Avenue in Weston. No matter your automotive needs, look to Auto Select and you are good to go. So once again, thank you for tuning in here to Zaleski Sports. It's going to be a good night, about 15 seconds until we hand things over to the PA for the announcing of our players and, of course, the national anthem. But it looks like it's going to be about a 7:10 start here on Zaleski Sports on this Monday night.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pacelli Student Activity Center for tonight's non-conference boys basketball game between the Chiefs of Shiocton High School and your Pacelli Cardinals. Special welcome to our friends. We remind you that interscholastic athletics are an extension of the classroom, and that lessons are best learned when the proper respect is given to everyone. Please let your good sportsmanship show during tonight's game. Pacelli, Shiocton, and the WIAA, thank you for your cooperation. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand. Lord, we ask your guidance and blessings on tonight's game, the players, coaching staffs, officials, and fans. Help us to be humble in victory, gracious in defeat, and remember that all of our abilities are a gift from you. And when the game is done, grant safe travel home to all. In your name, amen. We ask those to remain standing and to honor America. For those defending our freedoms, please remove your hat and place your hand over your heart for the playing of our national anthem. Now, let's meet tonight's starting lineups. First for the Chiefs of Shiocton High School. Number 3, WIAA. Number 4, Pacelli. Number 24, WIAA. Number 33, Pacelli. And number 34, Head coach Edwin Donnelly and the rest of the Chiefs. And now, for your Shiocton Cardinals, a junior, number 4, Jay Morrissey. Number 12, a junior, Jake Williams. Also a junior, number 24, Bryce Slater. And number 33,
And so without further ado, all that's left is to tip things off here from Pacelli High School. Again, Connor Philby excited to bring you this one as the Shiocton Chiefs battle the Pacelli Cardinals. You can find a great variety of breakfast options at the Rock and Roll Cafe in Stevens Point. Breakfast, lunch, Friday fish fry, and service with a smile. Open daily for breakfast and lunch only on Stanley Street. And ready or not, here we go. From Zaleski Sports, again, today's game presented by Hoff Favor Realty Group. Starting first here for Shiocton, it's going to be Bergsbakken trying to feed this one into Jorgensen, and he gets that one to go. Good start with that feed in. Really nowhere else to go with that one, as this one is up for 3. That one bouncing off, and the rebound is grabbed by Wyatt Hess. Two seniors, 3 juniors for this Shiocton starting 5. This Pacelli team does not have a single senior on it, as that one's stolen away, so a young unit, but plenty of juniors, so plenty of upcoming talent and also some growing seniority for this Pacelli team. 2 straight turnovers or one on either side, I should say, will send things back Shiocton's way. Surveying first, getting over to Bergsbakken, now around to Jorgensen. Jorgensen, the 6'8" senior. Has a huge metric there, and Shiocton Chiefs will definitely be looking to him in the paint, and he already has their first 2 points. And now up top is Jorgensen. He hands it off to Singler, who drives in and can't quite get that one to go. Gets his own rebound though. And the feed in for the putback is good from Braylon Kroll. So nice feed from Singler, getting his own rebound there. Singler is 6'4", the junior. One of 4 players above 6 foot for the Shiocton team. We have Crew Rebholz, who is in the starting 5, who's 6'4", and Jake Williams, who's 6'2". Those are the 2 that are going to have to stand up to this Shiocton team, as it's going to go back the Chiefs' way. Into the corner there, quick motion along the perimeter, getting it back around now to Jorgensen. Pacelli trying to defend a little bit better within that paint, and they do a good job of keeping that one away. But then under the basket once again, this time is Brett Singler. And so only 2.5 gone in the game here on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. Pacelli already down 6 as this one is blocked, and it's going to be a jump ball called here as both players had their hands on it for a couple beats there. Thrown up coming here, getting it all the way out, and it's stolen away actually there by Kroll as he will lay it in for 2. He's already got 4 points on the night. And on top of those offensive rebounds, those transition points are other ones you don't want to give up here. If you're Pacelli putting up that shot, it doesn't fall. Quickly back in transition for Jorgensen. Nice feed in under the basket and poked away. It will go back Pacelli's way on a 50-50 situation there. Again, John Shirk, the head coach of Pacelli. Adam Lagaki leading things for Shiocton. There's a little bit of a soft press there by Shiocton that Pacelli was able to break out of. Under the basket there, trying to feed it back out. 3-pointer is up. That one hitting the front of the rim, and you'll see with those situations under the basket, it's really more just to draw the defense in, because Pacelli knows they're going to have to take a lot of threes and some longer range shots in this game with some of the height disadvantages that they're going to have to experience. As that one's stolen away for Pacelli. A little bit of defensive help there as a foul is going to then be called against Shiocton, and it looks like that's going to be on the floor. Be against Wyatt Hess, the first foul for either team of the game. It's going to be Colton Dewar and Hunter Austin coming in for Shiocton as Harrison Vogel takes a break for Pacelli. Three-pointer is up for Pacelli. That one doesn't quite bounce in. Nolan Reimer is the new player in for Pacelli that checked in for Vogel. But an 8-0 run to start off this game for Shiocton. They're hoping to build on it here as Berksbakken gets it up top to Dewar as a three-pointer is now taken, and it's drained for Hunter Austin right off the bench. That double threat of being able to shoot from beyond the arc and underneath the basket is a dangerous one. And a no-look pass into the corner. That one rolls just in for 3. A great start there as Jake Williams gets it in, and Pacelli getting a little bit of offense going now. About 4.5 in already. Jorgensen defended by Rebholz. As that one is thrown away there, trying to get it inbounds. It bounces off the back of the radio broadcasters down there. So Pacelli getting a couple defensive stops here as of late. Trying to build on that momentum here. Flaker got it up top there to Reimer. He faked that 3, got into the corner, and it is just off the mark, bouncing off the back of that rim. Berksbakken quickly back with it here. Feeding it into the corner. Another 3's taken. That one bouncing off for Shiocton. It was Colton Dewar trying to take that one, but it's stolen away and laid in for two. Braylon Kroll now has 6 points on the night. I believe it was stolen by Berksbakken, as that one is defended and blocked down by Jorgensen. Another transition opportunity, but it's stolen away nicely there by Rebels. And then that one almost stolen away, but the foul is going to be called there against Berksbakken. Second of the half for Shiocton. Pacelli still without a foul in this one. We'll see if Pacelli tries to take a more aggressive approach on defense as the game goes on. You saw they struggled against Assumption, but were really not taking any fouls in that one either. So you wonder if they just have to just be a little more aggressive and not fear the free throw line too much, as this one is good from Crew Rebels. Getting it back within single digits here as it gets around to Weiland, who's in the game now. Evan Weiland, the freshman for Shiocton. That one gets blocked away. That was Rebels, I believe, that got it. But then trying to fight for that possession, it's going to be off of Pacelli as it rolls out of bounds. Hunter Austin up top, working through some traffic, getting it over to Wicksburg, who's also in the game for the first time there. He's a 5'10" guard, he's also a freshman. Into the corner, faking that three, getting it back around. Weiland drives in, spin move up, and hitting the front of the rim. That was a contested one. As this one's down to the corner, putting up the floater, and the foul's gonna be called. Doesn't look like they're gonna, or are they gonna count that one? No, they are not, as this was on the floor. Looks like they were gonna get Wicksburg on this one, as multiple substitutions come in. Excuse me, that was against, looks like they got Hunter Austin on that one.
Foul on Shiocton, number 23, Hunter Austin, is first, third of the first half.
Up top here, thrown into Garski. Around to Flaker. Reimer along the perimeter, getting it back around to Flaker. And that one is up, no good. It was a good idea to try and bait that defender. Got a wide open look, but just couldn't quite get it to fall. Both teams a little bit stagnant offensively the last minute or so, as Singler now takes it up top. Wicksburg gets the pick, drives in, gets that one stripped away from him. Nicely there by Nelson. Back the other way, Garski can't get that one in. Went hard to the floor on that one, is okay, but kind of put up his hands in the air after that exchange, as the travel will be called now against Shiocton. And so 10:30 in the first here on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. Three fouls have been committed so far, but neither team has taken any free throws yet. They were all fouls on the floor, so we're still awaiting our first serve pro free throw attempt for Pacelli. Three-point shot is up, and it's drained there by Jake Williams. He's responsible for 6 of the 8 points for Pacelli so far in this one, and it's back to a 2-possession game. Under 10 to go now. Wicksburg feeds it in, and Singler can't get it to go, but the foul is committed. It's going to be against Reimer there, and those are just some of the plays you're going to see when you've got a 6'1" player going up against a 6'4" player. But so far, Jake Williams and Nolan Raymer and Crew Rebholz doing as much as they can so far, and doing a good job of it to try and defend. First shot was missed, the second one up and good. So 1 for 2 from the floor, and you kind of see there why when you have such a mismatch in terms of height under the basket that got to be a little more aggressive and take some fouls every once in a while, because sometimes you've got a guy like Singler or Jorgensen right under the basket and it feels like an automatic 2. Sometimes a good idea if you're out of position to just commit the foul, especially when you still only have 1 on the half, as this one's stolen away by Shiocton. Weiland gets this one almost poked away, but gets possession back. This one off the foot, but it is called a kickball here, as Reimer frustrated on that one. Obviously that is the rule, but frustrating for a defender when it's not intentionally kicked and you feel like you got the ball right into your hands and then it's called back. Hess gets it over to Kroll to inbound here. Shiocton working on a 7-point lead. Getting up top to Andrew Young, who's in the game for the first time. That's a junior, 5'11" for Shiocton. Hand it back up top to Berksbakken now. Getting a little bit of a pick to work through some space. And that one is going to be an offensive foul called. Shiocton that time trying to do a little bit of that 3-man weave action that all of us young basketball players remember doing when we were young. Pacelli with the ball back here with Jake Williams. That one getting poked away, but on the foul there. It's going to be against Hess, and that is his second, or excuse me, that's his third already of the game, and 5 total on the half for Shiocton. So Hess is going to have to keep his eye on that foul total as he is taken out of the game now. Turn around, 3-pointer is up. That one bouncing just off, but rebounded. Poked back nicely by Nelson as it fell into the hands of Reimer, and now driving in, losing it though. And the defense by Pacelli saves that possession as Jake Williams was able to crowd around the Shiocton player, and there was a couple of them streaking wide open, but under the basket, the putback, the third chance, getting his own rebound another time, and then it's ripped away by Jake Williams. Defensively, Williams making his mark on that possession. Three-pointer is up. That one bouncing off the back of the rim. Rebounded there by Kroll. And that one gets poked out of bounds, and they're going to call it last off of Shiocton. One of those where he got his hand on it, but he didn't actually lose possession until after the hand was taken off, and then it was off of the Shiocton player. And so neither team has scored in the last couple minutes here. Stayed 7-14 ever since that 1 for 2 from the line from Shiocton. 5 fouls so far for the Chiefs. 3 from one player that they'll have to keep an eye on, as this one's thrown inbounds to just try and keep it inbounds, but it's out from Nolan Reimer. And so these Pacelli Cardinals have to be frustrated here, trying to put some brakes on the combination of Singler and Jorgensen under the basket. They've done an excellent job of doing that so far, but now they're struggling to score on their end. This is a golden opportunity for them to try and get a run of their own, and they're not missing by much on their end. Three-pointer up and bouncing just off, rebounded by Rebels. 7 to go here on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. That one almost poked away, but keeping it is Pacelli under the basket here and able to keep possession. On the far side now, all the way over to the other. Three-pointer is up. That one again just off. That time it looked like more of a off-balance shot, but it's rebounded for the time being until a jump ball is called. It was Jake Williams again in on it. Surprise, surprise there. but it will go back with Shiocton on the possession arrow. Here's Braylon Kroll, who takes it down. Jorgensen now up top. Can't quite get the pick, so he's forced out, and then it's going to be a jump ball first. He was kind of teetering back there trying to get the ball out of harm's way and was looking like he was shuffling his feet there, but they must have called the jump ball before that happened, and so Pacelli gets the ball right back. 6.5 to go now in the first. Onto the corner, driving in, and can't quite get the bounce there from Jake Williams. Scoring drought for the last 4 minutes around for both of these two teams. Trying to drive in there, and it's going to be a travel this time for Jorgensen. Coming back in, Brett Singler. He will tag out Jorgensen there. Still only one foul committed for Pacelli, so as much as I was talking about getting those fouls under the basket, they really haven't had to those last few possessions. They've been playing some really great defense and kind of forcing some mistakes from these Chiefs. On the other side of the court, faking that three, just trying to get some penetration under the basket. They haven't been able to work it in the paint very often so far in this one. This one poked away for just a second, but getting possession back was Revolts. He'll poke it back around to Vogel. Now Williams. They're just trying some quick passes to get some help, and this one just falls right into the hands there of Hunter Austin. Hits him in the face because it hit him that hard on the hands. And that's the play they were looking for. Just that's how many passes that it took to try and get into the paint for them, as this one's up and drained, that time by Hunter Austin. And him and Braylon Kroll tied with both 6 points apiece so far in this one. Under 5 to go here, and that one is just off the mark. 17-7 on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. So it is Shiocton that breaks the scoring drought, and then Andrew Young gets 3 in of his own, and that prompts the first time out of the game. 20-7. We'll be back in just a few moments here. You're watching boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty Group.
Meda Custom Apparel, your local source for quality, custom decorated clothing and products. Discover a wide range of products from corporate casual wear to team uniforms, promotional items, sporting goods, and awards. Don't settle for less. With our in-house production, we will make your name or event stand out with custom sports jerseys, branded cooler bags, and personalized can coolers. Celebrate team success with custom awards and promotional items. At Meda Custom Apparel, we put your brand first. Explore your options today at medacustom.com.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. A reminder that today's game is brought to you by Blinds and Designs by Kelly, Premier Auto Body, Stevens Point Brewery, Lee Ayers Jewelers, Point Heating and Cooling, and Portesi Pizza. And Simplicity CU brings home the win with great mobile options and the right loan for your family, your business, or your home. Check them out at simplicity.coop today. And find a great variety of breakfast options at the Rock and Roll Cafe. They have breakfast, lunch, Friday fish fry, and service with a smile. Open daily for breakfast and lunch only on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. And here in Stevens Point, Pacelli High School, we bring you back to action 20-7 in favor of the visiting Shiocton Chiefs. Three-pointer from the corner, doesn't quite go. It was highly contested there by Hunter Austin. Raya Perez is in the game for the first time, and it's going to be an and one here for Braylon Kroll. Excuse me, my apologies, that was Berksbach in that went in for those two. Fouls on Jaden Garski for his first foul of the night, only the second overall for Pacelli so far, as this one is off the mark. That was put back in for 2, so the three-point play doesn't go in, but then they get 4 points out of it in the end of the day, as Singler put it back in. That was the first time Bergsbaken's been on the board in terms of point scoring tonight, although he's been all over the floor in other ways, as that'll be the first shooting foul of the game here for Pacelli. That'll be another Serve Pro free throw. Call Serve Pro for the #1 choice in cleanup and restoration. Serve Pro like it never happened. First shot off the backboard and off the front of the rim, no good. Coming back in here for Shiocton, Garrett Wicksberg, the freshman, coming in for Braylon Kroll. That one bouncing off as well, 0 for 2 from the line for this Pacelli team that really is looking for points, as under the basket, can't get it to go. The putback, the third attempt is good from Brett Singler. This one thrown out of bounds. It's going to be off of Pacelli. Shiocton rolling here up 19 on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard with 3.5 to go in this first half. Handed off here to Wicksberg. Again, going with that weave approach here along the perimeter and then driving it into Singler, and he gets it in. Singler on fire here. He's got 8 points on the half. He's now the point leader so far for Shiocton. Into the corner, three-pointer is up and drained there by Crew Rebels. That one Pacelli really needed in that situation. Singler now with it again. Up top to Raya Perez. And that one just a little bit too high there. Turnover for Shiocton. Well, you can buy 3 and get 1 free tire, the buy 3 and get 1 free tire sale is now on at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. It's buy 3 tires and get 1 free. Find your location at SherrillTire.com. This one is up off the mark and rebounded there by Bergsbaken. Driving in and he gets it to go. It's another and 1 opportunity for Bergsbaken. And this one will roll in and make it a 3-point play. Here comes Williams, working it under the basket, trying to feed it in. It's stolen away, and an entourage of Chiefs driving in. That one will be called for another foul. Bergsbaken is back to the line. That'll be against Vogel, his second of the game, and the 4th total for Pacelli in the half. First shot rolls in. Max Nelson's going to come in for Williams. And then Nolan Reimer's going to come in for Vogel. Second shot upcoming here for Kyle Bergsbaken. And they are both good. Shiocton, on top of all the other things they've done well so far tonight, they've just done a great job of fundamental basketball. A few turnovers at the beginning, and you even saw one more recently, but for the most part, they have been doing a great job of preventing the things on the offensive side of the floor that they've been dealing on the defensive side. That one almost stolen away again, and putting up that shot off the back of the backboard and rebounded there by Jorgensen. Up top here, Bergsbaken now into the corner. Three-pointer is up, off the mark. Reimer with the rebound. 1:15 now in the first half. Trying to drive in, putting up the floater. That one is good. Drew Rebholz with a nice little move there. If he had gone up with a full motion to the basket, that might have been blocked, but he was able to just kind of let it go before his motion started almost. Bergsbakken thought about it, now takes it off the front of the rim though. It's a little bit too tempting for him that time. With now 45 to go in the first. Pacelli trying to get something good going. Has momentum. Under pressure, but able to work out of it. Up top now to Nelson. Swung it around to Garski. They're just going quickly with it. Three-pointer is up and rolling just out again. These Pacelli shots have not been bad shots. They've been getting really close, just not quite in. As Weiland gets it into the corner, working his way out. Down to the corner. 2 seconds left. Last shot of the half doesn't go. And that's going to do it here for the first half of action here from Pacelli. It's the Cardinals at home losing 33-12 to the Shiocton Chiefs that have come in here and dominated so far in this one. We will take a break here for the halftime break. We'll come back at some point here to break down the first half, give you some updates from around central Wisconsin and talk about what these two teams need to do in the second half. But again, you're watching boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty Group.
I got referred to the orthodontist and I was really nervous, but in my 2-year process, the staff was very welcoming and very kind to me. My brother also had treatment here and he was very happy with the smile. I'd recommend Bruce Orthodontics to all my friends and family that want a beautiful smile just like us.
When I come in for my appointment, the wait is really short. All of the workers are very kind and sweet. They try to make sure that everything in my mouth is just right after my checkup, and Dr. Bruce is very nice.
I'd love the opportunity to meet you and transform your smile.
Call us to set up your free consultation today.
Tell all of our viewers about Mitten's Rusted and Busted trade-in sale, which reminds me of a funny story.
Folks, Tim's saying that Mittens is paying its customers to get rid of their old furniture and buy new.
This January's Rusted and Busted promotion is so huge. Do you think we could make it any bigger?
I don't think so, Tim.
Hey, do you think Jill will let me buy a brand new Lazy Boy power recliner, or should I build one myself?
Well, Tim, the stars are telling me that buying one from Mittens would be a safer decision.
For the best food in town, look no further than Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point. This locally owned, 50s-themed diner loves to support their community while providing a full menu of breakfast and lunch options, along with all-day breakfasts and Friday fish fry. Enjoy a fun, family atmosphere with delicious meals made from scratch, including skillets and tasty burgers. Dine in or take out is welcome, Mondays through Saturdays from 7 a.m. to 3 p.m. Treat yourself to a mouth-watering experience at the Rock and Roll Cafe on Stanley Street in Stevens Point.
So, after a couple years of this, it's time for more money and better opportunities. That's where Mid-State Technical College comes in.
Are you a born leader? Is hospitality your thing? Maybe you're into efficiency. Or do you love building teams? No matter your path, we've got cutting-edge classes with field-trained professionals and better tuition options. So stop getting by and level up today.
Well, welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. My name is Connor Philippi as we take you to the halftime break, and this game has been kind of the tale of a couple different things. The main one has been kind of the domination underneath the basket for both Brett Singler and Elijah Jorgensen, and mostly for Brett Singler. He's got 8 points so far on the night, but his presence has just been unmatched so far in this one, and there really is no matchup for him. And the best that Pacelli's been able to do is just put a lot of guys down there on the floor underneath the basket, and then you bring in guys that can shoot from beyond the arc, like Kyle Bergsbakken and Andrew Young, that can also get shots in from beyond the arc, and you've got a really serious problem to try and defend these guys. But really the thing that's kept them this far ahead so far in a 20-plus point lead has been the fact that they've been able to get a lot of transition points, and they have been just flying around the court on the defensive side of the ball. And pretty much every player that's been on the court for the Shiocton Chiefs has been able to make their mark in that department. There's been so many situations where Pacelli has been forced to play hot potato pretty much on the court to get good shots. And really the unfortunate part for Pacelli is that they have been getting some opportunities from beyond the arc, and a lot of good ones, a lot of as high percentage shots as you can get from beyond the arc. And they've been good, they've been close, they just haven't quite been going in. They've been rolling around the rim, rattling around, and just haven't quite found that shot throughout the course of the night. And you have to feel like this game would be a lot closer going into the halftime break if they had been able to get some of those good shots in. And so we'll see if they can kind of get back on those shots to start the second half. But for the most part, their biggest problem is going to be defending Brett Singler and Elijah Jorgensen. And they only committed 4 fouls in that first half, so it'll be an important thing to note that they might have to rely on a couple of those missed free throws in those situations, and understand that when you have Brett Singler under the basket, if he has the right leverage, he is going to get that ball in. And if it's not on the first try, it's the second or the third, because he's been getting his own rebound throughout the course of this game as well. So it's just going to be a really big challenge for Pacelli to overcome, but certainly have the ability to try and mount a comeback if they can just get a few more of those shots that they've been shooting up to fall. And so we'll take a quick look here before we head back to a break at the other games that are going on. Only 2 other games besides ours going on this Martin Luther King Day, as Wanakee and Nina are playing. Actually, that one finished just a little while ago. And for that matchup, it was a 66-50 victory for Wanakee, as they were the 5 versus the number 6. So that was a good game and a good matchup, but they were able to beat Nina by 16 in that one. So an impressive victory for that team. And then we have Denmark and WIAA, and that game just recently ended. It was actually a good one, with Denmark getting the victory by 4, 63-59. WIAA going into that one 7-7 versus the 11-2 Denmark, but Denmark does pull ahead and hold on to that victory out in WIAA. So that was a good one as well. But 3:50 to go here before the second half starts. We'll take you to a few more commercial breaks and then take you back to this game presented by Hoff Favor Realty Group on Zaleski Sports.
Hey, you're tuned in to Better Halves.
Skip, I love my hometown, and I want a health plan that feels the same way. So, what are your favorite local date spots?
Oh, yeah, I know like all the date spots in Eau Claire.
Jane, I'm Steve from Security. I've lived here in Wisconsin my whole life, and that means I understand your health coverage needs better.
By the way, Doug, it's Eau Claire. I have a dozen Eclairs in my dressing room.
Does your roof need attention? Don't replace it, restore it with Seamless Commercial Roofing. Our process is guaranteed and a fraction of the cost of replacement with no downtime. When your roof needs attention, call Seamless Commercial Roofing in Marshfield. Is it time to replace your old gutters? Call Schwartz Seamless Gutters and protect your home with new seamless technology. No seams, no leaks. With free estimates in 2 days or less and workmanship guaranteed, our service is as seamless as our gutters.
Is your business, church, or organization getting a fair deal on your copier contracts? Do you even know how much you're spending? Bauer & Fine Business Technologies has been in the office technology industry for 70 years. We have an award-winning service department, and customers love our fair and flexible service contracts. If you're currently a customer, thank you. If you currently work with one of our competitors, let's talk. We can tell you if you're overpaying or getting a good deal. BBT, we want to be the easiest vendor you work with. B-BT.
At Nicolay Bank, a great rate isn't new or trendy. Our Real Rewards checking has offered 3.00% annual percentage yield since 2011. Earning customers over $30 million in interest. Join your friends and neighbors in experiencing Real Rewards checking and get excited to earn 3% more. See terms and apply at nicolaybank.com. Nicolay Bank. Real people, real conversations.
Well, Wisconsin roads are tough on vehicles. With salt, slush, and grime, they do some serious damage. So make sure to protect your ride with a Tommy's Express Car Wash membership. Unlimited washes, free vacuums, free automatic mat washers, and all year shine. One membership with all locations: Eau Claire, Plover, Stevens Point, Wausau, and Weston. About a minute 15 to go here before we get this second half started here on Zaleski Sports.
The auto service specialist at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service can change your oil, fix your brakes, align your vehicle, make that check engine light go away, and more. Great service from great people at Sherrill Tire and Auto Service. Find your location at Sherrill.
Hey, Fleet Farm fans, you asked, we listened. You wanted lower prices? You got them. In-store, online. We drop prices everywhere. Lower prices on summer favorites like Liquid Pool Shock, Griller's Gold Barbecue Pellets, and Airhead Towables. Lower prices on big-name pet care like Purina Tidy Cats. Lower prices on Valvoline motor oils. All because you said so. Look for the bright green price drop signs to find new lower prices on everything you need for everyday life. Only
protect your ride from the elements with Tommy's Express Car Wash. Our top wash, The Works, is engineered with 14 steps to keep your car clean, whatever the weather. The Works includes detox pre-wash, removing the grime right from the start, seal in the shine with ceramic body wax, and defend against the elements with Tommy Guard. And don't forget to complete the clean with our vacuums and mat washers. Sign up now and wash unlimited at Tommy's Express.
And we welcome you back here to Zaleski Sports Boys Basketball, presented by Hoff Favor Realty Group. Connor Philippi with you on the call. It has been a dominant game so far for the Shiocton Chiefs as they lead this one 33-12 going into this second half. And like I talked about in the halftime break, we'll see early on here how the presence of Brett Singler and Elijah Jorgensen, if it'll continue to disrupt this Pacelli team. They're going to have to find a way to combat that and also to prevent some of the outside shots that have come from the attention that they've been given by this Pacelli defense if they're going to find a way to come back in this one. They've got both Jorgensen and Singler back on the court to start the second half, as this one is off the mark from beyond the arc. Pacelli's able to get an early rebound, and this one in transition does not go. Too strong off the backboard from Crew Rebels. Back into the corner here to Hess. He drives in and back out to Bergsbakken, and he can't get that one off the front of the rim. There was a point in the first half around the 9-minute mark to the 6-minute mark where neither team could score. As this one is up, no good. It was 14-7 for multiple minutes in this one. And then after that, it was really Shiocton that was able to turn on the burners and did not look back at that point. After that point, they outscored Pacelli 19-5 up to the end of the half, as this three-pointer is up and off the mark. Rebounded, though, by Pacelli. Taking this one back out into the corner. Back under pressure there is Rebholz. Trying to just get an outside shot here. Struggling to get it out underneath the basket with the presence of Singler right there. As this one is up, no good. Rebounded there by Hess. So far, no score, about a minute and a half into the second half here on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. And that one, just trying to throw it, and that one somehow stays in bounds. Oh my goodness, three-pointer from the corner, off the mark. Singler, though, with the rebound. A nice feed in, but almost gets stolen away. Then driving in is Singler for the two. And those second chance opportunities have been absolutely killing Pacelli so far in this one. It's going to be a foul here against Shiocton, against Kroll. His first of the game, second, of the half. Shiocton has done such a great job of defending along the perimeter. Like I talked about in the halftime break, Pacelli's had to pass so many times, just pinballing around with these quick hot potato-like passes to get some space. And when they do that, it's a lot more prone to mistakes as well when you're passing that quickly, and that's resulted in a lot of the turnovers that we've seen. And then a double dribble, another mistake forced by this defense. Taking it down here is Kroll, tossing it out. Now up top to Hess. Fed back up top to Jorgensen, who drives and can't get it to go. The putback again by Brett Singler. Trying to feed that one in, swatted away, and then keeping it on his side of the floor. Nicely there was Garski, and then it's going to be a foul called. Looks like they're going to get Singler. Excuse me, that was Jorgensen, number 34. And that is the second of the game for him. Third foul of the half for Shiocton. Trying to break out of a trap there under the basket. No choice but to feed it into a player that had a couple guys around him, and then the jump ball will be called. So still a good move there by Williams to keep it inbounds, because that possession error does go back to Pacelli. Williams has been the player to watch so far for Pacelli. He's been able to get a lot of possessions back. Some more quick passing here. Breaking out of some pressure, then getting double teamed, and his foot was on the line before Shiocton could even steal it. It's going to go back their way either way. (4-0) in favor of Shiocton so far in the first 4 minutes of play here. Keeping it defensive for the most part. Grabbing this one out of the air, and that one getting stolen away, and there was 3 or 4 players on him at that point. Stolen away, and Jorgensen lays it in for 2. So much quick transition there, almost couldn't keep up. As you see on every possession, there's so many players in and around Brett Singler, as it's going to be now an offensive foul called against Pacelli. Coming in here for Shiocton is Hunter Austin. He will replace Brett Singler, who's now got 12 points on the game. Hunter Austin with 6 points of his own off of 2 3-pointers in the first half. As Jorgensen will give way to Kroll to take it down for the Chiefs. See if Shiocton starts to slow their game down a little bit here, or if they keep their foot on the gas. Now 13.5 to go. Going up for that one, too strong off the backboard. Rebound was knocked away by Pacelli and out of bounds. Throw in upcoming here from the baseline for the Chiefs. Crow will take it here. Fed in. Can't get that one to go, but rebounded by Jorgensen. 3 is up and drained there. Hunter Austin's 3rd 3-pointer of the night. Nelson up top now into the corner, and there's going to be a timeout taken here by Pacelli, and so we will take a timeout with them and be right back. You're watching boys basketball on Zaleski Sports, presented by Hoff Favor Realty Group.
Looking to buy flooring today? Shop R&R Flooring and Furniture. We have more flooring in stock and ready to go than the big box stores. Over 250,000 square feet.
That's right, over 250,000 square feet of luxury vinyl planking carpet in over 150 colors.
R&R guarantees you will find what you're looking for at a price you won't find anywhere else.
Grab your new floor today or schedule an installation.
When it comes to flooring, furniture, and mattresses,
It's easy.
come to R&R Flooring Furniture today. That's all it takes.
If you ask us, picking out new furniture should be fun, and when you work with us, it is. Home Furniture's free design assistance in your home or in our store. We make the process as easy as possible by helping you envision what your furniture and your room will look like. What inspires you? Visit Home Furniture today to create a single sofa or an entire room. We'll help you bring it all together. Dream it, create it, love it. Home Furniture's free design assistance, West Grand Avenue, Wisconsin Rapids, and Post Road in Plover.
Welcome back here to Zaleski Sports as Shiocton trying to break out of a 2-game losing streak, well on their way to doing that here against these Pacelli Cardinals. Infinity Exteriors is installing peace of mind with roofing, siding, and windows built to last. Saving our communities from unscrupulous contractors, they guarantee quality you can trust. 13 minutes to go here on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard is back in transition for 2. It's Kyles Bergsbakken. Got some players there on the bench looking like they wanted him to slam that down. And so far we've seen some pretty mild-mannered and fundamentally sound teams that got a feeling their coach has taught them not to slam them down, because I have not seen a slam dunk so far this year, and I've seen some very tall players play. So I'm hoping by the end of my time here, by the end of the year, I can get at least one slam dunk call. Couple substitutions there for Shiocton. Nicollet Bank offers personal banking at its best. They have locations in Stevens Point, Wausau, Colby, Medford, Edgar, and Merrill. You can learn more at nicolletbank.com. Up top here, swung around now to Hunter Austin. He's got three three-pointers on the night. Now a 3 is taken just off the mark from Singler. Trying another quick pass there that just winds up out of bounds. And again, these are the kind of passes that Shiocton's kind of been forcing Pacelli to take throughout the course of this game. Pacelli has the same score still they had at halftime. They have not been able to score in the last 6 minutes of play due to this Shiocton defense just so smothering on that end of the court. Up top here, Singler now getting it around to Dewar. And that one off the mark under the basket, and that's the situation. You just have to foul if you're Pacelli. Looks like they're gonna get, they're gonna get, not quite sure who they got there. Believe it was on number 20, but I didn't see it go up on the scoreboard quite yet. Three-pointer is up off the front of the rim and no good, but the rebound once again underneath the basket, good for 2 for Singler. He's got 14 points so far tonight. Underneath the basket, Bembenek is in now for Pacelli. He's a junior, 6'4", trying to get more of that height in for Pacelli to combat what's going on underneath the basket. I also have number 2 for Pacelli, who I unfortunately don't have on my roster, as that travel is going to be called. There is a number 2 on both JV teams, so it's potentially Dominic Sackman or Jack Newton coming in. Fortunately missed the PA call on who that was, so apologies for that. Around here, Weiland. Up top, Austin feeds it over. Under the basket, can't get that one to go. Trying to drive in here and gets the roll in. They break the scoreless streak. And that one knocked out of bounds. So that makes it an elapsed time of 7:45 that Shiocton was able to prevent any points in this second half. As this one will be good for the and one there for Hunter Austin. Exactly 10 on the clock as he'll shoot the and one. Couple subs coming in now. Jake Williams and Bryce Flaker will sub out number 2 and Sam Westrick. And this one is good. And so, shockingly, we've still seen, I believe, only one trip to the free throw line for Pacelli in this entire game, if I'm not mistaken. And now driving in, putting up that floater, doesn't go. Rebounded, though, by Reimer off the nice tip by Bembenek. And now up top, the three-pointer is up, and it's nothing but net from Williams. He's got over half the points so far tonight for Pacelli. Feeding that one in, stolen away by Reimer. Back around to Bembenek, and then up top to Jake Williams. Flaker working with it in the corner. And now back up top to Jake Williams. A timeout's going to be taken here by John Shirk. And so we'll take a timeout with him and be right back here on Zaleski Sports. This game presented by Hoff Favor Realty Group.
Are you tired of being a boring old tree, bird, or mythical war hero? Find the right job for you at Express Employment. Stop today and discuss positions that fit your abilities and qualifications, leading you to the perfect job. Always local, always strategically selected to match your skill set with local employers. There's a perfect job out there. Let Express Employment professionals help you find it. In Wausau, Stevens Point, Medford, and Marshfield. Find jobs and apply online at expresspros.com.
And welcome back here to Zaleski Sports. Just under 9 minutes to go in this one. Shiocton well on their way to a victory here tonight, as it would be their 5th on the season. Fill your home with the best from Home Furniture, with sofas, sectionals, beds, recliners, lighting, tables, rugs, and so much more. Home Furniture with locations on Grand Avenue in Wisconsin Rapids and Post Road in Plover. This loose ball grabbed by Reimer, now fed in, can't quite get that one to go, but the rebound for the putback shot also doesn't go from Jake Williams. Weiland now in the corner, wide open for Young, and it's good. He started off the game with a three, or might have been one of the second or third possessions with a three, and gets one here in the second half as well. That missed shot rebounded by Hess. Up top now is Hess, getting it back over to Wicksburg. As this one will be a jump ball called, or excuse me, yes, there will be a jump ball called, and it'll be the Chiefs ball now. A throw in from the baseline, taken again by none other than Wyatt Hess. This one is a loose ball, picked up off the ground, and the and one opportunity there for Harrison Vogel. There'll be another trip to the Serve Pro free throw line. stay a 2-point play, but then the rebound by Harrison Vogel. And a 3-pointer is up, off the mark, off the front of the rim there. And it feels like those are the kind of shots that just have not been falling for Pacelli in this game. Like I've been saying so many times, good shots, just not quite making it. This one blocked by Williams, and it will eventually get into Pacelli hands. He will drive in, put up the 2, and that one's good from Bryce Flaker. Pacelli getting a few points back here with 7.5 to go on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard. 3-pointer from the top of the key, no good. This one grabbed by Williams. Reimer takes it down, tried to hand it off, and the foul called. He'll get that one against Dewar. That'll be only his first of the game and the 5th of the half for Shiocton. Shiocton's led both halves in fouls, and yet has only forced now 2 trips to the free throw line for Pacelli, as this one's going to be an and 1 opportunity. There's another serve pro trip to the free throw line, as Jake Williams was the one to get the and 1 in. Off the front of the rim, no good. Jake Williams with double-digit points now on the night. 3-pointer is up. That one off the mark, rebounded by Williams. Other end of the court now, Williams gets it across to Flaker. He drives in, fed back out to Rebholz, who gets the shot off, but blocked. And then that one doesn't go as well. Rebounded by Wicksburg. Euro step up, bouncing off. Trying to put that one back, and then he will draw the foul, and Evan Weiland will take a trip to the free throw line. That'll be the 4th now for Vogel. First shot finds its way in. Second one as well. So 6.5 to go here on the Nasonville Dairy scoreboard, as that one is in from Rebholz. Driving in, can't quite get the roll off the fingertips as it's out of bounds. Pacelli ball. Coming in for Shiocton is going to be Derek Scott, the senior, coming in. He's going to replace Wyatt Hess. Here's Flaker. He's going to try and feed that one in. Saw the vision, but it was poked away. Now working into the corner, trying to get that one out and fighting for the ball. They're going to give that one back to the Chiefs. Weiland up top. Back around to Wicksburg. He gets a pick and then back out to him up top. Trying to drive in, forcing it again. Weiland. A long possession here is driven in. Can't quite get the look he wanted. Weiland now drives, and this one will be a travel called against Shiocton. 5:15 to go here as Pacelli gets another possession. Flaker. Now Williams Spin move, puts up the shot, that one off. His putback attempt also no good, and a battle for the ball. It's going to be a travel called against Shiocton as he was trying to get that ball away from the defender. So Pacelli doesn't have to leave their offensive zone as it'll be thrown in here by Revolts. In the corner now, putting up the floater, no. Weiland gets it back for Shiocton. This one off the front of the rim. And then off the side of the rim again on the putback attempt. All kinds of offensive rebounds for Shiocton throughout the course of this contest. One of the main reasons they were able to pull away so quickly. Now forcing this one in. Good for the layup there by Bryce Flaker. Forced out there to Perez. Looks over his options, gets the ball back after it's poked away. Now a three-pointer from the corner off the side of the rim. Revolts gets it for Pacelli. Under 4 to go here from Pacelli High School. Into the corner for 3, that one's good from Jake Williams. 14 points on the night for him. Thinking about that 3, but instead forcing it over to Perez. Driving in, back out, three-pointer is up, off the mark. Players on the bench getting ready to get excited for Derek Scott's shot. Driving in, and the foul called. That'll be another serve throw trip to the free throw line as Nolan Reimer will take a trip. First free throw is up and good as Garski and Nelson will get ready to come back in. Vogel will be tagged out the first time around, and eventually Nelson will tag someone else out. Both shots nailed there by Reimer, and Reimer will be the one coming out on that second substitution. 3 minutes left to play here from Pacelli. Wicksburg got it off. Fed back around now to Perez. He's under pressure, forcing it back out. Makes a move back over to Wicksburg. Wicksburg loses it, stolen away there by Nelson. And a three-pointer now up. That one is drained, and these are some of the ones that you look up at the sky and say, why couldn't these have fallen in the first half? Because these are the same kind of looks Pacelli was getting, just not quite getting the touch on the ball in that first, and that kind of made the score so lopsided to begin. Off that foul, it's going to be 1-and-1s. That was the second now for Derek Scott. Or excuse me, it won't be 1-and-1s, my apologies. But that was the 8th foul of the half for Shiocton, just was not a defensive foul, and so driving in, no shot there, or no make there, I mean. Perez off the rebound, driving down, poked away off of Pacelli though. There'll be a throw in there. Coming in here for Shiocton, he is going to be Timothy Reese, 5'8" senior guard, as Andrew Young will take a break. Last 2 minutes of play here. That one's stolen away as the layup is good from Jake Williams. Remains the top scorer for Pacelli here tonight. Shiocton's gonna improve to 5-8 on the season as they have their next game against Wittenberg-Bermanwood on the 20th, so tomorrow. That is going to be a home game back in Shiocton, as these players took a little bit of a trek to get here, about an hour 10, an hour 15 away over in the Appleton area. Excuse me, I was wrong about that. That is Pacelli that has the Wittenberg-Bermanwood. So I apologize about that, but it is WIAA Fremont that Shiocton will draw in their next performance, as this one is going to be called for a foul. Two free throws here for Evan Weiland. First one up and good. As a whole slew of substitutions upcoming here for Pacelli this last minute and 8 seconds. They'll have to wait for a second here. That second free throw is missed. Three-pointer up for Pacelli. That one bouncing off, rebounded by Weiland. And so there's that number 2 again for Pacelli. Again, apologies for not knowing his name. It's either most likely Dominic Sackman or Jack Newton. Those are the two number 2s on the JV teams. As that one is drained there by Max Nelson. Also Bembenek came back in there. Jake Myers in, 6'4" sophomore, as well as Sam Westrick. Evan Weiland getting that one poked away under a lot of pressure. The foul is going to be called there. And I believe that's the 7th of the half, so that should be 1-and-1s here. That'll be the second for that number 2 for Pacelli. That one's going to be fed out here for Shiocton. And that's going to be a spot foul against Shiocton for Pacelli to get the ball back. Last 24 seconds here. Pacelli's going to fall to 5-9 on the season. And like I said, their next game is the one that's going to be against Wittenberg-Bermanwood, and that one is good. And that is Dominic Sackman. At the last second, I get the name called, as crowd's excited about his points here tonight. Cool for him, listed on the JV roster to get playing time and to get some points. And that's going to do it here from Pacelli. Shiocton getting the victory. Coming up next is the Nasonville Dairy postgame show. Nasonville Dairy with fresh cheese curds made daily. Get your cheese curds at Nasonville Dairy in Marshfield, Curtis, or NasonvilleDairy.com.
Good day. My name is Ken Hyman, and welcome to Nasonville Dairy here in central Wisconsin, Marshfield, Wisconsin, as a matter of fact. Nasonville Dairy actually goes back to 1885. We are the oldest plant in Wood County. When our father brought us here in the early 1960s, we ran 7,500 pounds of milk a day. We now run 1.8 million pounds of milk a day. We buy dairy milk from 200 dairy farmers here in central Wisconsin, produce it, and ship it all over the world. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Fury, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Keflatiri, Kefla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. This has allowed us to go to a lot of different countries. Our furthest accounts are now in China, Japan, Canada, Saudi Arabia. We do ship to Mexico, as well as a number of other places throughout the world. This is what we call Cheese Making 101. We tried to walk you through the cheese plant today, and we're in hopes that you see our people, what they're doing, and the amount of work that goes into producing the products that we hope you enjoy. We make a lot of different cheeses. We make cheddar, Colby, Monterey, Farmer's Cheese, Peach Cheese, Quesa Blanca, Quesa de Freer, Seco, Parm, Romano, Asiago, Fontina, Feta Caseri, Caflateri, Cafla Graviera, 20 different flavors of Monterey, as well as making Edam, Gouda, and Munster. And the cheese be with you.
Moments we're going to be getting a post-game interview here from Coach Adam Lugacki, and we're hoping for Brett Singler, who absolutely dominated here tonight. But kind of the course of this game was pretty much just domination from Shiocton throughout the entire game. Started with a pretty long run to start things out, and it was really just, you know, Brett Singler imposing his will throughout the course of the night. And on top of that, that opened things up. You know, we've got a lot of three-point shots from Hunter Austin, and Kyles Bergsbakken also got a couple. Andrew Young got a couple in for 6 total points on the night. And so it's just kind of a difficult thing when you want to be able to respect the size of Brett Singler and Elijah Jorgensen, and then you have all this other stuff going on the court. And so they were able to score points all across the board. And what really stood apart, that made this game really a blowout, was the fact that Shiocton was also able to just have this incredible defense on the other end, and they were able to keep Pacelli uncomfortable all game long, forcing turnovers, forcing a lot of points from those turnovers, and on top of that, second chance shots as well. So that was a huge thing as well for Shiocton, as we were going to get our two interviewees here in just a few moments here. And so thank you both for tuning in here and answering these questions. I'll start off with you first here, Coach Adam Lugacki. Congratulations on the victory. I just want to hear you talk a little bit about this defense, because for the entirety of this game, Pacelli was very uncomfortable. Quick passes were forcing a lot of turnovers. Even the first 8 minutes of the second half, they had nothing. So talk just a little bit about how this defense imposed their will in this game.
Yeah, I mean, we talked before the game. It's cold out. It's a non-conference game. It's a Monday, so the worst thing we can do, at worst, we'll just play really hard. Okay, play aggressive, see if we can force some turnovers. And, you know, we came out aggressive. We played a lot of guys, so they really had no excuses to get tired. We kept cycling guys in, and I think our energy is kind of the reasons why defensively we played so strong.
Well, thank you very much, Coach. I'll ask a quick question here to Brett Singler, and it might be a complicated one or a simple one for you, but just the easiest question you can have is, what made you such a cheat code here tonight? Underneath the basket, you were getting things done. Offensive rebounds were probably the most important thing you did tonight. So just talk a little bit about what made you so unstoppable.
Yeah, just crashing the rebounds, getting cutters off offensive boards to get good dump downs. You know, just working the ball around, getting stops, getting good looks for our teammates is what it's about.
Well, thank you very much. I'll have you do one more thing for me. You'll look at the camera. I'll give you a 3, 2, 1, and you'll say, I'm Brett Singler, and I'm in the house, right?
I'm Brett Singler, and I'm in the house.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah.